Thanks so much for coming out. This is one of my all-time favorite individuals. This is Mr. Dave Wakeling from the English Beat. Dave, how are you?
This is the hottest show we've done all year.
People come from everywhere to really listen and just enjoy your music.
I feel very lucky. I wrote the songs in the first place to cheer myself up, and 20 years later those songs have been cheering people up for ages, and they come and say thank you for it. It's remarkable, really.
Who is Dave? You know, what makes you tick? I mean, 20 years of doing this business, and it's a crazy business, as you know.
The funny thing is, you have to do a decent concert, you have to be in the moment to react to the audience, and really that's what you're meant to do the whole of your life. You can't beat being in the moment and connecting to the audience. They always respond immediately, you know. The stage ended up being the only place where I felt safe or comfortable. The rest of the time I'm creeping along the walls, looking sideways, you know. Now I feel a bit better, I'm more comfortable about things, but it's still a challenge. How do you get that? How do you stay in the moment all the time?
Did you have this success when you first got started 20 years ago? Was
We
it
did.
something where you...
It was an immediate success, and it was that quick and that fast that we all presumed it'd be over in a few weeks. We formed a group in March of '79 and were number 6 in the charts in December, and all our friends were either really pleased or privately really hated us. And we got a record deal, and they wanted to buy us a guitar, and I got them to buy me an acoustic guitar just in case the whole thing panned out. At least I'd have something decent to play at home. And timing's a lot to do with this. You know, there were lots of good groups in Birmingham right before us and right after.
Do you think your success had to do with the fact that you were in Birmingham? Do you see, or just
Connected with two-tone, I think.
Yeah.
It's all to do with those little nuances of fashion and time that just conspire to make it so that, well, who knows what the new model is? I don't think it'd be the same, because this was all mass marketing we're talking, so you'd get picked to be the next big thing, you know, and they knew how to make people the next big thing. So you always wondered, well, how much of it is, how much do people really like the music? Or how much are people buying it because they don't want to be the only one at high school who hasn't got it, you know?
Right. You're the it factor.
The pressures of marketing and all.
I've had people come up to me and said, you know, my all-time favorite band, all-time favorite is the English Beat, and they start rattling off, I love this song, this song, this song.
We do well at public sort of events where not everybody there might have come particularly to see you. Some of them might not even know who you are to start with. And then a couple of songs in, I see them elbowed. Well, I always like these. Why didn't you say that was this? Oh, I love these guys. And even folks who've never heard of us before, which always stuns me after all the showing off I've done for 30 years.
You're like, I've been doing this for 30 years.
Still no clue who I was, God, you know. And they'll come up and go, hey, that's a damn good band. You guys should make a record. I'm like, well, I'll take that as a compliment, I suppose, in an odd way. I did a Greenpeace record in 1995, Alternative Energy, all made with solar power, live bands around the country to promote renewable energy and discuss the problems of global warming.
And that was, I mean, think about that, Dave. That was in 1995.
Well, it takes
Here
about,
we are. I mean, look at that. It's like now we're finally...
Now we're starting, you know, one hopes it's in time, you know, and it often takes 15 years for the wheels of society to catch up with, like, the front end of the boat ideas. I always thought, as soon as I moved here to California and I lived in Dana Point for a while, well, it wasn't always as hot as it is today, but, you know, it could get really hot, and you'd sit there with your cup of coffee and wonder, and why again do we have to have a nuclear power station to make this cup of coffee? You could just leave a cup of cold water on the balcony for half an hour, it'd be a cup of coffee.
Come back to it, you'd be fine.
You know, put some eggs on the hood, have breakfast.
If somebody would have told you 30 years ago, Dave, you're going to be doing this, I mean, would you have ran the other way? Would you have said, okay, I'm doing what I love, this is my passion?
It's still like a dream. I dreamt about it so long. When it actually happened, I didn't really fully believe it because I wanted it so much. It's odd, but I certainly wouldn't imagine I would still be doing it now. I mean, it's a miracle.
You know, these musicians, they feed off the energy from their audience.
You do. The audience doesn't realise they're at least 50% responsible for how the night's going to go. Like, you put most of your effort in the first half and you kind of surf on their backwash the second half. So the audience's energy keeps you up the second half. You invest it in the first half, try and get them up to that point.
Okay, so let's talk about this whole life of, because like you said, when you started, it was like, you know, okay, it could last 2 weeks, you know, who knew?
Yeah, we had no idea. Mind you, we thought it was the end of the world as well, as young people do. We really thought the late 70s, early 80s, that was it. Somebody's going to press a button any minute, you know? So we thought we were just creating a party to have a dance before we all blew up. We weren't really thinking too long term.
Tell me about your family. Tell me about, you know, in love, out of love, looking for love,
Oh,
looking for love in all the wrong places.
All of those.
All the above.
4 kids.
So this is where I say like to shut up. You have 4
Shut up. 28, 25, 17, 15. Grandson 6 and a grandchild coming at the end of this year. As luck would have it, like say No Doubt got to be a big hit, so Ska was in again. And so it was cool that their dad had been in a Ska group. So I got in again through the back door that way. Your own children.
Travel. Like how, because you're getting ready to go on tour.
We travel for a month and we stay home for a month.
Okay.
Apart from in the summer, it gets a bit more condensed with the travelling.
Okay.
But in the main part, 17 to 25 shows in a month travelling, and then 8 or 9 shows a month when I'm at home, and just goes round, alternating months.
Wow. So you'll do a lot of the local, you know.
Yes, that's right. Weekends
Do
in California,
weekends in California.
every other month.
Hence I booked you 6 times.
We can't get away from it. We love it, you know.
No, it's not something that's just like, wow. That was just one of those wow experiences.
I suppose touring with The Clash.
Wow. Okay, wow.
Touring with The Clash.
Wow.
Just because, I mean, I was such a fan, and now I pinch myself and I can't believe that I was there, but I was. 8 weeks of American tour and some touring in France as well.
So what is that for the audience listening? What does that mean to be? Because I think it's hard for people to really understand. You know, they see, okay, their ideas. I see you up on stage, and I love the music, and this is what you do. But what is that life like? You know, you're touring with somebody that.
Well, most of the time it's boring. It's about as glorious as warfare. You know, you're travelling, being bullied by hotel receptionists and people at airline check-ins, and hanging around, then suddenly an hour and a half of frenzy and the concert, and then all of a sudden you're back in a hotel room by yourself with your ears ringing, and you got to do it again tomorrow. So it's odd. It's not very glamorous.
When Dave's not doing music, I mean, are you
Gardening.
What's your favorite? Are you a rose guy or are you?
I do like roses, but they're not easy in California, are they? No, I got my favourite really 2 huge long window boxes on my balcony, and they've grown now so they're 2 or 3 feet high, and the plants have all got super-sized and falling over, so they're massive. Looks really nice. So I do that, and I get obsessive with a pair of scissors. Like topiary, trimming little bits. So I do that all the time, really.
When was the last time you did that, or you had the lock knees in front of an audience?
The US Festival.
Okay, so when?
US Festival, 1983.
1983.
And my legs were shaking.
I can look up you and see lock knees in
My
your face.
legs were shaking so bad I had to.
And was it just the size of the crowd?
Yeah.
It was just.
250,000 people in daylight. Scary, horrible. Ridiculous, right? They're the size of ants on the horizon. This is the best job in the bloody world, honestly, Michelle.